Superfreak784 here, playing some more Kerbal Space Program. And today, all we're going to be doing is just some basic contracts, because we still don't have the parts to do the explore the moon or launch these bigger parts into orbit to test them on like an escape trajectory or orbiting. So, for now, I've picked out test the LV909 liquid fuel engine on a suborbital trajectory, as well as just test the TT70 radial decoupler on a suborbital trajectory. So, we'll head over to the VAB and start with another rocket building time lapse. So, see you on the launch pad. Hey guys, and we're out on the launch pad now with this contraption that I've built up. And what it should do is it has all the parts that we need, because we have to test the radial decouplers, and I figured I may as well just stick them on and use them instead of just having them on there unused. So what the plan is hopefully these three stages can get us up onto that suborbital trajectory that we need, and I think I'm just going to fire straight up, just put everything I have and just getting to that 85 kilometer mark. And then once we're there, we'll stage those away and then we'll fire this engine. Which, actually, that engine can be fired a little lower to boost these into that 85 above 79 kilometers if need be. But I'm hoping we don't have to do that, so we can just stage everything correctly. So, it looks like we are ready to launch. So, we will launch in 3, 2, 1. And I'll keep the engines throttled down just enough so we're rising without going too fast. And I think I will time-lapse this up to the point where we are just about to make it into our app laps. So, see you then. Okay, so we have our app-laps of 81 kilometers, roughly 81 kilometers, which will satisfy both of the requirements for our tests. And so once we get up there, I'm actually going to burn out just to give us a little bit more time up there. There we go. And that should give us plenty of time up at the top to do all our testing that we need to do. As well as maybe take a crew report. No, okay, so we don't need to take any more crew reports. And I realized on my way up that I could have thrown an extra Science Junior on here to pick up a little bit of science. Okay, so now we're getting up toward where we can start staging everything. And it looks like the first one we're going to want to do is the LV909. So that completed one contract, and now we're just waiting until we get high enough to stage the outer stages away to complete that contract. And it looks like we're ready, so here we go! And there we go. We've successfully accomplished. Why are those two spinning and that one isn't? Okay, and I did put parachutes on all of those, so hopefully they can be recovered. But I'm not thinking they will too much. I'm hoping I have enough parachutes on this thing, along with the engine, to soft land this, hopefully, at least. So it'll be recovered for a full price. I think I'm going to try and... yeah. Maybe I can force this to land back at the Space Center. Since it's dark and you guys probably can't see too much, I'm going to cut back to right before I land. Okay, so hey guys, so we're just about to splash down. It looks like we're actually going a little faster than I thought we would be, but all the parts survived, which is good. What we'll try and do is, yes, roll over the rocket and take a crew report. And then we'll have Jebediah EVA, take an EVA report, which won't give us anything. We will have him board, roll the rocket over just a little more, then, nope. Okay, so we need the rocket just laying on its back, I guess. We'll have Jebediah EVA, let go, fall off into the ocean. And then we'll take a surface sample and another EVA report. Rolled the rocket over, and he got in. And they probably just filled the capsule with water, but he's wearing a spacesuit, so he should be fine. It doubles as a scuba suit. And we will recover vessel. Okay, so it looks like we don't have enough for anything from the next tier of science, but because I really would like to have gotten this, there's the electric, so we could get some inline batteries and some solar panels, so we could do longer missions. Because we're going to definitely need those for going out to the moon. But it looks like we're going to have to go with general construction, because I don't need anything out of control just yet, because we're not doing anything that needs fairings, and I haven't built rockets big enough to need the reaction wheels, so we're going to go with general construction for 45 science. It gives us another radial decoupler, the launch stability enhancer, which will be nice, strut connectors, which I'm probably not going to use too many of just because of the cost, and that's, the tri-couple will be nice so I can build some bigger rockets. But go look at contracts. Okay guys, so I found the contracts we're going to attempt this time. First one in the list is the test small gear bay and flight over Kerbin. And it occurs at an altitude of 22,500 to 26,000, which is a fairly small range, and speeds of 480 to 780 meters per second, which lines up with the first contract I chose, which was the test Rockemex 48-7S and flight over Kerbin at an altitude of 6,400 to 12,000 at speeds of 160 to 360. So after we do that, we'll have to get up to 480 by... oh wait, accept that contract. Then we'll have to speed up to under 800 by 26,000. Which should be fairly easy to do. I'll just put... actually, let's see. There... I might even be able to get this contract. But no, I don't think I'll be able to get up to 380 in time. But that would be a nice one to attempt. But, you know what? We'll stick with these two, because they're going to be fairly difficult as is. So, back to the VAB for another rocket building time lapse. Okay guys, so as I was building the rocket, I realized that I might be able to get this test TR-18 stack decoupler in flight over Kerbin as well during the attempt. So we're going to accept that contract. Okay guys, so we're out on the launch pad with this rocket, and I've put, it's going to be a fairly expensive rocket, but it's because I need to be able to get a lot of speed really fast. So I have a thrust to weight ratio of 3 with the rocket fully fueled, so that means once I'm up really high, it'll be able to speed up really quick to be able to hit the altitude, the speed goals at the specific altitudes, I hope. So what we have is, in the first stage, is just a beefy launch stage, just get all my testing materials up to speed. So what we're going to have, I'm not going to be able to commentate the flight, just going to have to focus on this so much. So I'll run through the plan right now. So what we're going to do is hope as soon as we hit that 6,400 altitude, if we're going the correct speed, I'm going to stage these engines up here to complete that contract. And then I've set up an action group so I can toggle them off so they don't burn through or overheat anything up here. And then we're going to have to speed up to 400 meters per second before we hit 20,000 meters. 20,000 meters. So we can stage this. So we can actually, you know what? We're just going to try and get up to 500 before 20,000. So we can stage this and then get up. Once we're over 22,500, we're going to run. I guess we just have to right click on this and run test once we're up there. So that one's going to have to be the one that's real quick. So we're not going to be in that range for very long. So without further ado, we're going to 3, 2, 1. Okay, you know what? Actually, before I lift off, I'm just going to... So what I'm going to do is time lapse up until I'm ready to start my testing. So 3, 2, 1, lift off. You know what? I'm not going to time lapse. I'm just going to commentate it because it's going to go so quick. I actually need to throttle down a lot. And then we're going to have to try and hold a steady speed once we get close. We need to be going under... Okay, so we can run right up to that edge there, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try and do that. Try and at least just keep it under 300. Then we have to get up over 400 real quick. What is the first one? Okay, stage and then 1. Be close. Ready? Stage that off. Contract complete. Then hit that just so I can read through these. We've done that one, and now we need to get up above 400 before we hit 20,000. We have to get up over 500 before we hit 20,000. As soon as this cut, I'm gonna have to. As soon as I get over this, I'm going to cut these engines. Because yeah, we'll definitely hit those speeds before we get there. I'm going to have to cut these engines, stage this so it falls away, and then use all of these engines here to get us into speeds for the testing of the small gear bay. That one's going to have to be real quick, so I think I'm going to cut commentary here, and if anything, go to a post-commentary. So if future me is talking, enjoy. If not, enjoy the music. I wish this thing was longer over here. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be able to achieve everything because we're holding speed and we've done it. We've accomplished all our tests, so we're going to kill the engine and, I guess, see where we're going to be going. It looks like we're just going to, let the parachutes take over from here and get ready to return to Kerbin. So I think I'll be cutting back as soon as Actually, let's review the contract. Let's see. So, first contract, we got 44,300 funds and 41 science from that. These contracts are mainly more for the science right now. So, 41 science from that. Then 2 science for the stack decoupler and 2,000 funds and 67 prestige. That was more just kind of complete a contract, a few funds, and yes, 2 science. Then the third contract is almost 10,000 funds and 27 science. So total right now we are at 29,050, 70 science from this mission, which means, yep, we have enough to unlock something in the next tier. And before we've even recovered any of our parts, we have almost 2,000 funds still. So this mission has only cost me a couple of thousand right now, which isn't too bad because I'll be able to recover almost all of that just from this capsule here. So I'll see you as we are about to touch down. And I'm just burning the engine kind of, trying to get myself to come down right on the spaceport. Or the Space Center, just so I can get the optimal recovery for all these parts. So I'm just time warping a little, and then burning to try and push myself over. And it looks like we are ready to deploy the upper chute, which I'll have it open at 600, just to slow us down a little bit. Just so there's not a super crazy G-force load on Port Jebediah there. Once we're under 200, I will stage the next parachutes. So we'll try and over a little bit more, just to try and land right in the center of the spaceport. Space Center, just because that'd be kind of funny. We'll turn off SAS and fire those parachutes. And you know what? I'll just keep talking all the way down, I guess. So I think what I'm going to try and do, just because it's going to be at... Well, once I see what speeds we get from these parachutes, I may try and... See, will these lower... Okay, no. I guess I... Oh, raise gear. I guess I should have tried to have these angled in a way that I could have landed on them. That would have been kind of cool. Burn the engine to try and help with that. So, one parachute. Okay, it looks like I'll just have to do a little tiny burn right before we land. We're going to land right here next to the research center, so they can just pick us up and recover us. Let's see. Oh, the debris landed. Let's see how much we got back. Almost 6,000 funds, so that helps out tremendously, because that was the most expensive chunk of this rocket. And yeah, I left a ton of fuel in it. But, so we're just coming down nicely now. I'm going to risk a time warp until right before we get near the surface, and then I'll come out of it and fire the engine just a little. So, Space Center looks nice. It's kind of cool looking. Jebediah, you wanna see the space? Oh wait, no, it's in the capsule. Look, now Jebediah can look out and see the view no one else can see right now. Kind of see the overview of the whole space. I think this is the first time I've actually gotten a good overview of the Space Center in this series so far. So we're going to burn the engine, try and touch down real soft. Good enough. So Jebediah, you'll get out, take an EVA report. See if, okay, yeah, figures, board. Do I have a crew report from here yet? No, I don't. Look at that. There's an extra 1.5 science. So we're going to recover vessel. Okay, guys, so we recovered vessel, and it looks like we still always get science from recovering a vessel from a flight. So we got 5 science from that, 1.5 from the crew report, which brings us to a total of 6.5 on top of the 100 we already had from contracts and stuff. So parts, we recovered another 6,000 funds from that, so we have 212,000 funds right now, which will help us on our way when we start launching a moon program. That's going to be, I have a feeling that's going to be really expensive for parts and such. So we're done. Head over to the Research and Development Center and decide what we're going to do. Okay guys, so I think I'm going to take the electrics just so I can start doing small moon flybys at the bare minimum. So I can get the moon science now, because I think I'm just about out of science from around Kerbin to do. I could have taken this and gotten another science experiment, but that one's not useful in very many places. I think I'm going to take electrics for now. Let's see what that unlocks for us. So it allows precision engineering, which is just small parts. It allows advanced electrics, which is more parachute, more solar panels. Wow, I couldn't remember that name. And some bigger batteries. And advanced exploration, which unlocks the barometer, which will be nice to use. And some ladders. So for now, we're out of science. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.